Hey YouTube, it's SnorlaxCrossing here, bringing you a battle against PuppyDawgie. Interesting nickname from the Maryland Forums. Anyway, so I lead off with an Aerodactyl, and she leads with an Azelf. So the first thing I do is set up the rocks, because that's what Aerodactyl does best, and in the meantime, she goes for the Psychic. I have a sash on this Aerodactyl, however, and so I'm not too worried. But actually, it ends up not mattering at all, because I just get taken down to 77 HP. And go for the rock slide, hoping to break a possible sash, maybe get some flinch hacks, and just do damage, but I end up just doing damage. And now she just goes for the Psychic to finish off my Aerodactyl, but that ends up not mattering because the next thing I bring in is Predator, the Caesar. And yeah, I can just go for an easy revenge kill here with the Bullet Punch, and that's exactly what I do. Little bit glad here she didn't overbreak or anything, but I think she was trying to get a safe switch into what she brings in next, which is Doug Trio. And this was actually a pretty big mistake on her part because I can just wipe it out with one bullet punch. I think she was trying to go for the arena trap, maybe. Not entirely sure, but it ends up not working out, whatever she was trying to do. And so, yeah, free kill. And that's very nice. Anyway, so now she goes into a Vaporeon, and I can't do anything to this Vaporeon, and so I'm forced to switch out. Into Omnimunch, of course. And this thing's a really great Vaporeon counter, but unfortunately she actually goes for the Toxic. Bleh, can't talk today. Toxic. And that's probably the worst the Vaporeon could have done to me. I mean, Surf and Ice Beam just don't do anything at all. Anyways, so now she goes for the Wish, and I predict that and go for the Curse. Because if I had Body Slammed or done something there, I doubt it would have, killed her, and then she would have gotten Wish Recovery and yada yada yada. Typical Vaporeon stuff. Yeah, so I just overpredict and go for the Curse there. And that ends up working out really nicely. So now I've got +1 attack, +1 defense, and so it's looking pretty good at this point. Anyhow, she withdraws now and goes into a Hitmontop, and wow, not what I was hoping to see at all. But after 2 curses, I'm thinking I can take 1 close combat. And I'm really, really hoping I can. And, yeah, so the Hitmontop gets the Wish Recovery, and that's not too bad because, it wouldn't have done that much anyways. Well, it didn't do that much. But anyways, so now I get hurt by the poison, slowly taking me down, and she goes for the close combat. And I'm praying here, I'm like, really hoping I can survive, and, this is why Snorlax is such a beast, Classic Curslax, it's so good. It is so good. It survives with 74. And of course, Hitmontop gets the stat reduction from the close combat. And now, with +2 attack and Hitmontop having -1 defense, I can easily take this thing down in 1 shot. And that's exactly what I do. I go for a Body Slam. But unfortunately, catch is, I'm poisoned, and so even after Leftovers recovery bring me up to 104, there's nothing I can do, and unfortunately Omnimunch gets taken down by the poison, which is a real bummer, because I carry Rest on my Snorlax, and it's just, I could have rested that off, but whatever. Anyway, so now she goes into Gengar, which is actually a perfect counter to my Snorlax, and I just go into Predator, and predict the switch and go for the Pursuit, which works out very nicely. I believe that's the second time I've done this. I believe maybe my previous video or something contained me predicting a Gengar switch and getting it right. So that's amazing, and I get to take it down for nothing. So she just goes into this Celebi, and I did not want to see this thing at all. Holy smokes. And at this point, I'm thinking a Pursuit might be able to do some decent damage, actually, because it's super effective, but I'm not taking any risks. I just go into Zapdos and go for the Roost Heatwave, but she actually goes for the Leech Seed, which I sort of saw coming, um, but there was nothing I could really do to prevent it. So, yeah, unfortunately, my Zapdos gets seeded, and instantly, like, the possibilities of a Stalwart are just gone, because, I mean, I can Heat Wave all I want, and it's just, I mean, and I was hoping for some decent damage on this Heat Wave, and, it's not bad damage, but against a Celebi, it's just under half, even if it's barely under half, doesn't even come close to cutting it, especially with the Leech Seed up, so, I know this is a losing Stalwart, and, yeah, so I gotta switch, and, I end up going into, as you'll see, back into Predator, because, I can pretty much put her in a checkmate situation just because, I go for the U-turn. If she switches, then, I'm out. If she stays in, then, Selby's gone. So good game, PuppyDawgie, and I will see you guys next time. Comment, rate, subscribe. Peace.